When I returned on October the 1st, I heard that the body of a Dutch journalist had been found. People put a stone on that spot and the police cordoned off the area. That's how I found out that a Dutch journalist had been killed on my land.
Before we left, we were told to shoot everyone on our way.
Hermenegildo dos Santos was part of Battalion 745 of the Indonesian Army in September 1999. A notorious unit based in these barracks in Los Palos, in the northern part of East Timor. When the East Timorese chose independence in the referendum, the soldiers knew exactly what they should do.
I heard that if we lost the referendum, we had to destroy everything. The whole city of Los Palos.
Who said that?
That was an order from above. All the houses here were set on fire. If we came across young people and we didn't like them, then we just shot them.
The army did that?
Yes, the army.
Battalion 745?
745.
When Australian troops arrived a few weeks later, the Indonesian military started to pull out of East Timor. On September 20th, 1999, Battalion 745 departed through Lautem on its way to Dili. It was a horrifying retreat.
During our journey, we were shooting all the time. Even if there was no one there, we were still shooting. We shot at the mountains just in case somebody was hiding there. Only after shooting would we pass. Those were the instructions from our seniors.
I heard people shouting from a car. They yelled, "Kill those people." They started shooting at two men who had just arrived on a motorbike. Both ran away. First the young man. The other one followed him. The youngest was hit, but he did not die straight away. Then they shot him in the head. The eldest was lying there, but was still alive. A soldier took a knife and stabbed him to death. They were standing close to the water where I was hiding. They wanted to throw the bodies into the water. Luckily, they didn't see me because I held my head under the water. Then they went back and set the motorbike on fire.
After the incident, I heard from a colleague that people arrived on a motorbike and that they were taken care of. He told me that the bike was set on fire. When we passed, I saw the burning motorbike.
I want that the people who killed my husband will go to jail. My husband did not do anything wrong. How am I supposed to feed my small children?
In Lalea, there was another body lying in the street. I saw with my own eyes how he was shot in his upper leg and how he fell. Then they shot him in the head and he was finished. After that, they dragged the body up the hill to leave it there. I shouted, "Don't leave him there. If he's dead, we should bury him."
At night I ask God, how can they murder someone who hasn't done anything wrong? Says the sister-in-law of the victim. If they find the murderers, they should be killed too. He didn't do anything.
By the time the battalion arrived in Dili that evening, they had killed at least 10 people along the way. Sancho Darisiruchao saw the military coming as he drove around with 2 foreign journalists.
They stopped the car and pulled me out. They asked, "Where are you going?" We told them we were going to the telecom building. The soldiers asked, "Why do you want to go there?" We heard there is a body there, we told them. Then they started hitting me on the head. Someone else hit me in the eye with a rifle.
What happened to your eye?
My eye came out.
To this very day, Sancho asks himself why the soldiers didn't kill him and the journalist John Swain, whom he was driving. But the translator they brought with him has disappeared. Sancho eventually had an eye operation in Australia.
Setelah itu kami berangkat.
After that, we took off.
Sampai di Bekora di sebelahnya.
We drove to Bekora, close to the Bekora church.
Gereja Bekora. Saya melihat sebuah motor bebek.
There I saw another motorbike lying in the street.
Sander Tunis, a Dutch correspondent for the Financial Times, arrived in Dili that afternoon on a chartered plane full of journalists. On the back of a motorbike he left for Bekora. A. Estevao was there.
The journalist with the East Timorese driver came from that side. There, in the middle of the road, they turned around. They were being shot at by the army. The next day, around 8 o'clock, the journalist was found. His nose had been removed, and also his ears and mouth. He was lying there behind. People notified the Australian troops, and after that, journalists came.
The soldiers were even more angry when they saw the foreigners. They assumed foreigners were on the side of the East Timorese. That made them irritated.
But Sander Tunis was not dead when he fell from the bike. This important witness saw two soldiers dragging his body. He was unconscious. Behind this tree he saw the murder.
They carried the body, but he was not dead yet. I saw them shooting at him until he died. Then they lifted him and carried him away. Soldiers, those soldiers who used to work in Baucau, I know them well.
During the police investigation, the witness pointed out this soldier as the murderer of Sander Tunis, an East Timorese soldier in the Indonesian army, Camilo dos Santos. Just like most soldiers of this battalion, dos Santos lives as a free man in Indonesia. After East Timor, he even got a promotion. Today he works in West Timor as the assistant for the regional military commander. I found him at the military barracks. He was suffering from malaria. He didn't want to be interviewed and he denies his involvement in the murder.
I don't know who Sander Tunis is.
But there are witnesses who saw you at the location where he was killed.
I have no idea.
Jacob Sarosa was the commander of Battalion 745. After his job in East Timor, he got a promotion. Now he is a districts commander in Bali. He denies that his battalion killed Sander Tunis. He's very nervous before the interview.
I heard from the television news that my battalion is accused of killing the journalist that you are talking about.
But is it true?
What do you mean?
Is it true that Battalion 745...
I have not killed anyone. This is only an accusation.
But if there's already an investigation with clear evidence, how can you still deny it?
What the witnesses say, I don't understand. I have no problem if they want to call me as a suspect or a witness. I don't mind.
So you don't mind if you're called a suspect?
No problem. Truth is truth. Guilty is guilty.
Guilty is guilty.
The investigation in this case is stuck. Prosecutors for the United Nations were never allowed to question the soldiers of Battalion 745. Indonesia doesn't want to cooperate.
We have not yet reached a point where the relationship is good enough to share our information with them and their information with us. I would wish that it was different.
Hermenegildo dos Santos is one of the few soldiers that returned to East Timor. He deserted from the Indonesian army just after the violence. If there's ever a court case, he is ready to testify, despite the instructions he was given on arrival in Dili, given by the highest military commander of East Timor, who welcomed the battalion.
All the members of 745 were called. He said, "Welcome to military headquarters. Nobody needs to know what you have done between Los Palos and these headquarters. When you are in Indonesia, don't say anything to your wives, your children, brothers, sisters. It's enough that you know what you've done."
kalian yang tahu saja.